Very good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. All the biggest developing news stories at the top of this are coming up in the next 30 minutes. Let us start with the headlines. Rajya Sabha adjourned till 2 p.m. amid uproar over CBI row. Trinamool members chant slogans despite Chairman Naidu suggesting the issue be discussed during 0 hour. Motion of thanks to the President's address scheduled to be taken up in both houses today. CBI Mamata Rao also disrupts proceedings of the Lok Sabha. Question hour takes place amid sloganeering. Issue causes adjournment of the lower house twice. Supreme Court rules on CBI West Bengal standoff, orders Kolkata top court Rajiv Kumar to appear before the CBI at neutral venue Shillong, asks him to faithfully cooperate with the agency in the investigation of the chit fund scam cases. And the Chairman Rajya Sabha congratulates Rajya Sabha TV for another milestone after the channel crosses 2 million mark in terms of YouTube subscribers. Channel acquires 1 million subscribers in less than 8 months. And Naidu appreciates the efforts of all professionals for a substantial increase in viewership in the last 1.5 years. First up, all the news from Parliament. No business was transacted in the first half of the Rajya Sabha session for the second day today. The session was adjourned till 2 p.m. following uproar by the opposition parties over the CBI Kolkata police row. As the 0 hour began, Trinamool Congress MP Derek O'Brien inquired about the notice that his party had given on the issue. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu said that the members could raise their issues during the 0 hour, but Trinamool members trooped into the well, raising slogans against the government. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Vijay Goyal urged the members to allow the House to function, and amid the noise, Naidu adjourned the House till 2 p.m. The House is also scheduled to move and discuss the motion on the thanks of the President's address in the Rajya Sabha.
This is not fair. Minister of Parliamentary Affairs.
सभापति जी, महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी के अभिभाषण के बाद इस सदन में धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव पास होना है, जिसके लिए 10 घंटे रखे गए हैं। संवैधानिक जिम्मेदारी है। मैं सभी दलों से यह अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं कि राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण पर जो धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव है उस पर राजनीति मत करें। जो भ्रष्टाचार है उसके खिलाफ सीबीआई अगर जांच करने के लिए जा रही है तो उसको रोकना और सीबीआई के अधिकारियों को गिरफ्तार करना, ये संविधान के खिलाफ एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल क्राइसिस पैदा किया जा रहा है। इसलिए आपसे निवेदन है कि राज्य सरकार के इस मामले यहाँ पर आकर लेकर आए। सदन के
or you can discuss the same now itself in the 0 hour. I am permitting you in the 0 hour. You can take up this issue in the President address itself now. The House is adjourned to meet at 2 p.m.
And after the Supreme Court directed the Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar to appear before the CBI, MOS Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal urged the opposition parties to allow the House to function. Let's take a listen.
Joining me is MOS Parliamentary Affairs, Mr. Vijay Goyal. So there were disruptions in the House again over West Bengal issue, and motion of thanks is also expected to be taken up. What do we expect in the House now that the Supreme Court has also passed an order?
मुझे नहीं मालूम कि तृणमूल के सांसद जो हैं वो सदन में क्यों हंगामा कर रहे थे, क्योंकि पश्चिम बंगाल में रोज वैली और शारदा कांड के जो जांच हो रही थी वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश से सीबीआई कर रही थी। और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट के निर्णय से ये साफ तौर से जाहिर हो गया है कि पुलिस कमिश्नर जो पश्चिम बंगाल के हैं उनके खिलाफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगी, नंबर 1। और चीफ सेक्रेटरी को भी नोटिस दिया गया है कि भाई ये जांच जो थी वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश से ही सीबीआई कर रही थी, फिर ये रुकावटें क्यों डाली जा रही थी। तो मैं समझता हूँ अब तृणमूल के सांसदों को समझ आना चाहिए और अब जो राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण पर धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव होना है और जो बजट पास होना है और उस पर जो चर्चाएं होनी है उनको होने देना चाहिए। सदन का समय मत खराब करिए।
So today the chairman also apprised the House about the bills to be taken up in the House. Now if the disruptions continue, what is going to be the government strategy to ensure that these bills get passed?
देखिए एक सर्वसम्मति हमने बनाई थी कि कम से कम वो सारे बिल पहले पारित हो जाएं जिन पर की आम सहमति है। तो आज चेयरमैन साहब ने वो सारे बिल बताए थे कि भी जिन पर आम सहमति है। तो अब हमारे सामने सदन के सामने 10 घंटे तो हमने चर्चा करनी है कम से कम धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव पे, राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण पर, और उसके बाद करीब 8 घंटे हमको बजट पे चर्चा करनी है, और उसके बाद कम से कम 16 बिल हमारे पास ऐसे हैं जिनको पारित करना है, और जिनमें से कई महत्वपूर्ण बिल भी हैं, जिसमें 3 तलाक भी है और जिसमें सिटीजन अमेंडमेंट बिल भी है। इन बिलों के अलावा भी तो मैं समझता हूं कि संसद के पास दिन बहुत कम हैं।
Now, colleague Akhilesh Suman is now joining us live from Parliament for more updates. Rajya Sabha was adjourned till 2 p.m. Due to opposition parties really causing a lot of sloganeering and noise over the CBI Kolkata police row, Akhilesh. And this despite Chairman Naidu asking the members to raise the issue during 0 hour. And there were appeals by Vijay Goel as well. But, the members are not really, ready to listen. What can you expect in the second half, Akhilesh?
It's nothing new, Aishwarya, because in Parliament sometimes it happens that when one party decides to disrupt the House, they also try to garner support from many other parties of their own understanding, and then they garner support from various other parties, and in this way House gets disrupted. So this time also we are seeing the same situation as we had seen in the last session, last winter session. Actually, the House was adjourned many times because of disruption from the many of the opposition members. So this has set the trend today, and if once this trend has been set, it is now incumbent upon understanding of Trinamool Congress after the Supreme Court verdict that yes, Rajiv Kumar may be interrogated, but not in Kolkata, not in Delhi, but in Meghalaya. So after that, virtually there is no question that why Trinamool Congress should oppose, why Trinamool Congress should disrupt the House.
Yes.
But Trinamool Congress has to answer that why it is disrupting the House, and if the situation persist, I think in the second half also, 2 p.m. also, I think they will keep disrupting, because when you don't have answer, you disrupt the House many times. And the business like motion of thanks is one of the most important business of the year.
Absolutely.
When President speaks, the President gives like a policy statement for the government for the whole year and also for the country. And disrupting the proceeding of the motion of thanks is not taken in a very good spirit. It has to be passed in the budget session. And Rajya Sabha, if is getting disrupted like this, the questions will be raised that why motion of thanks is getting disrupted, given the fact that more than 10 hours has been given to the House for discussing this issue.
Yes.
And members can raise their questions on anything and everything during this motion of thanks. They can
Yes.
also raise the question of state-center relationships. So I think this is an opportunity for Trinamool Congress and other opposition members also to raise their issues, whatever the grievances they have with the center, also the federal structure of the House. They can raise this issue in the motion of thanks. But I'm keeping the fingers crossed, because when political partisan are so acute,
Yes.
sometimes logic takes back seat. And I think this time also logic is taking back seat
Right.
after Supreme Court intervention. So after 2 p.m. also, I'm not seeing a smooth functioning of the House today. It is now up to the government that how they persuade the Trinamool Congress leaders and other opposition members to cooperate in functioning of the House.
Right.
Aishwarya?
Right, Akhilesh, you stay with us because we also need to discuss about Lok Sabha. And meanwhile, Rajya Sabha chairman also hailed the contribution of former members, including former President Pranab Mukherjee and social activist Nanaji Deshmukh, who were awarded the Bharat Ratna, and other former and sitting members who were presented the Padma Awards.
Sri Pranab Mukherjee and late Sri Nanaji Deshmukh, former members of this House, has been chosen for the Bharat Ratna Award for their distinguished service in the field of public affairs and social work respectively. Late Kuldeep Naya, a former nominated member of this House, Sri Hukumdev Narayan Yadav, a former member of this House and a sitting member of the Lok Sabha, and Sri Sardar Sukhdev Singh Dimsa, a sitting member of the House, have been chosen for Padma Bhushan Award for their exemplary work in the field of journalism and public affairs, respectively. It is indeed a matter of great pride for this House that 4 of our former members and a sitting member have been chosen for the prestigious awards of the country.
And the proceedings of the Lok Sabha were today adjourned twice amid noisy protests by the Trinamool Congress members over the CBI row. As soon as the House took up the question hour, agitated TMC members rushed to the well, raising slogans against the government and the CBI members. And members from the Congress, the TRS, SP, RJD also joined the protests. While adjourning the proceedings till noon, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan asked the members to allow Parliament to function. And later, as soon as the House reassembled at noon, opposition members continued their protests, forcing the Speaker to adjourn the House till 2 p.m. All right, let's go back to Akhilesh Suman, who is joining us from Parliament. Akhilesh, now similar scenes really witnessed in the Lok Sabha as well. We saw, during the zero-hour sloganeering continued in the background. That led to the first adjournment, and again, protests refusing to die down during the question hour as well. But, the fact of the matter is that this is a very short session, only till 13th of February. And, of course, you were mentioning the motion of thanks to the President's address. That has to be discussed. And, of course, the interim budget is also to be discussed. And the number of legislations as well that are hanging fire. Under these circumstances, what can we expect, the House how will the House be able to pass those important bills?
As far as many times it happens that members take the opportunity of proceedings of the House to address their own constituencies. And since, political partisan is very acute on the issue of cheat fund scam, that is a multi-state scam, I think some of the members are trying to assure their constituency that, yes, they are fighting the stand taken by Trinamool Congress in West Bengal. And, type of political polarization is going on in the country. Mahagathbandhan is being talked about. So in this situation, I think you can expect the similar response as you had seen in Rajya Sabha, because Lok Sabha, the lower house had to have the direct vote, and people in the West Bengal, they will see the all political parties, opposition parties, as well as the treasury benches, how they are, addressing the issue of cheat fund scam. So in this situation, Trinamool Congress will trying to save so brave face, and they want to assert that whatever has been, whatever action is being taken by CBI is not proper, and it is, abrogation of the rights of a state. While the center is telling, Home Minister Rajnath Singh has told that, yes, we have the right to take action in certain situations, and he is also mentioning that there is a constitutional situation, constitutional ugly situation is being created in West Bengal when central agency officials are being arrested and they are being harassed on an issue on which the Supreme Court has given verdict that, yes, this case has to be investigated.
Yes.
So I think in this situation of confrontation on stand on one issue, I think Lok Sabha will also see the same situation as we are seeing in Rajya Sabha, and I don't think Lok Sabha also will see the proceedings in a normal way today. Aishwarya?
Right. Thank you so much, Akhilesh, for all those updates there. And what really was happening in Parliament was due to the spilling over effect of the CBI Mamata Banerjee row. And in that case, the Supreme Court today directed the Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar to fully cooperate with the CBI in the chit fund scam investigation cases. A bench headed by Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi also ordered Kumar to appear before the agency for investigation at a neutral spot in Shillong in Meghalaya. However, the Supreme Court also said that no arrest of the Kolkata Police Chief will take place during the course of the investigation. The top court has also issued a notice to Kumar and sought his response before the next date of hearing, that is on 20th of February. Meanwhile, hearing on the allegations by the CBI that Kumar was tampering with the electronic evidence will be done on 20th February. Also, on CBI contempt plea, the SC also issued a notice to West Bengal Chief Secretary, the DGP, to file their replies on or before 18th of February. Remember, the CBI had on Sunday arrived at the residence of Kolkata Police Chief to question him on the chit fund scam cases, but the CBI team was itself detained by the state police and they were released a few hours later.
ने ये उचित समझा कि राजीव कुमार जी सीबीआई के सामने जो इन्वेस्टिगेटिव एजेंसी है उनसे कोऑपरेशन दे, पूर्ण रूप से कोऑपरेट करे। साथ साथ ये स्पष्ट किया कि उनके खिलाफ कोई ऐसी कार्रवाई ना हो जिसे कोर्सिव स्टेप कहा जाए। और उस ऑर्डर में यह भी स्पष्ट कर दिया गया है कि जो भी अपने जवाब में ये अफसर लिखित देंगे, क्योंकि आज नोटिस जारी हुई है, तो उसके बाद तय होगा 19 तारीख को सेक्रेटरी जनरल सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जानकारी देंगे उन अफसरों को कि यदि उन्हें यहां पर कोर्ट में खुद यहां अपने आप को प्रस्तुत करना है तो वो ऐसी जानकारी दी जाएगी 19 को।
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश में स्पष्ट है कि उनके पुलिस कमिश्नर को अपीयर होना होगा सीबीआई के सामने, और कलकत्ता में नहीं शिलोंग में अपीयर होना होगा। ये बहुत ही ईमानदार जांच के लिए बहुत ही उचित आदेश माननीय उच्चतम न्यायालय ने, ताकि इस पूरे इन्वेस्टिगेशन को राजनीति के दबाव से मुक्त किया जाए। दूसरी बड़ी बात हुई है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने वहां के वरीय पदाधिकारियों के खिलाफ कंटेम्प्ट में भी नोटिस किया है। उनके जवाब के बाद आगे की कार्रवाई की चिंता की जाएगी।
Meanwhile, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has rather said that it is a moral victory for her, and she said that we have great respect for judiciary and all institutions.
He has to be available. Does it show a budge from the rigidity that you all are?
I think it's a moral victory. Why it's a victory? We said we have a great respect for the judiciary and the media and all the institutions. Number one, this order was passed earlier also, that they can talk mutually in a mutual place. They can cooperate each other. Same today also the same thing, same verdict. We are grateful to that. Number two, yes, Rajiv Kumar never said that I will not be available. He said he has given 5 letters. He said we want to meet a mutual place. If you want to ask any clarification, you can come. We can sit there. But what they have started doing, they wanted to arrest him. They went to his house with secret operation Sunday without any notice. That court said no coercion effect, no arrest. We are so grateful. We are so obliged because it will strengthen the moral of the officials.
And in related news, Union Minister Arun Jaitly has slammed the opposition parties for backing West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's ongoing sit-in protest against the CBI. In a Facebook blog, Arun Jaitly also hit out at the TMC chief for saying that the West Bengal chit fund fraud was unearthed in 2012-13 and its investigations were handed over to the CBI by the Supreme Court. He added that the court monitored these investigations. The CBI has interrogated and even arrested some people. Many have been granted bail, and if a police officer is also required to be interrogated, how does it become a super emergency and assault on federalism? And right now in midday news, we'll slip into a very short break. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back. In a huge victory for the Indian investigating agencies, the UK Home Secretary has cleared fugitive liquor baron Vijay Mallya's extradition to India. The decision comes exactly 2 years after the Indian government first handed over the extradition request to the British High Commission in New Delhi in February 2017. Vijay Mallya's extradition was ordered by a UK court in December itself, but under the extradition treaty procedures, the court's verdict was sent to the British Home Secretary for final approval. And welcoming the development, Union Minister Arun Jaitly said that the government has cleared one more step to get Vijay Mallya extradited. Vijay Mallya, who faces a case of loan default to the tune of 9,000 crore rupees, besides allegations of money laundering, now has 14 days to appeal against the British Home Secretary's decision, and the case would then proceed to the UK High Court if the appeal is allowed. In a tweet, Vijay Mallya said that he will initiate the appeal process against his extradition order. Remember, he is currently on bail in an extradition warrant executed by Scotland Yard in April 2017. And in yet another move to provide direct benefit to the farmers and ease the pressure on them, the Indian Banking Association has issued an advisory for the banks to waive off processing, documentation, inspection and other service charges for the Kisan credit card and crop loans up to 3 lakh rupees. Agriculture Ministry in a release said that there are over 21 crore small and marginal farmers in the country, and providing them timely and affordable credit is the key to attaining inclusive growth. The Kisan Credit Card scheme aims to provide adequate and timely credit support from the banking system to the farmers to meet their short-term credit requirements. And the Reserve Bank of India's Monetary Policy Committee will meet today to announce its bi-monthly monetary policy for the current fiscal. The 3-day-long bi-monthly meeting will be the first meeting under RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das, who took charge in December last year. Now, this is also RBI's first meeting after the big-ticket income tax rebates announced by Finance Minister Piyush Goyal in last week's interim budget. Now, experts believe that RBI's Monetary Policy Committee is likely to change its policy stance to neutral on a low inflation footprint, but would refrain from cutting interest rates due to fiscal challenges and the rising crude oil prices. The RBI has cut the retail inflation target, which is a key input to decide the monetary policy, to 2.7 to 3.2% for the second half of the current fiscal ending March 2019 on the expectations of a normal monsoon and moderate food prices. Retail inflation during the October to December quarter stood at 2.6% against the RBI's projected trajectory of 3.8%. And Monaco's head of state, Prince Albert II, met with Prime Minister Narendra Modi today during his first official visit to our country. Bilateral meeting to strengthen bilateral ties is underway at the moment. And earlier in the day, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj called on the Moroccan prince. Both the leaders discussed opportunities for cooperation in the areas of environment, especially renewable energy, investment in India, smart cities, marine ecosystems, tourism and people-to-people contacts. And earlier on Monday, Prince Albert II also attended the India-Monaco Business Forum, which was attended also by Commerce and Industry Minister Suresh Prabhu. A partnership agreement was also signed between Industry Chamber FICCI and Monaco Economic Board to strengthen the institutional relations between the two countries for further increasing trade and economic relations. And the 8 Indians who were recently arrested for recruited several hundred students, mostly from India, to stay illegally in the United States by enrolling in fake university, have pleaded not guilty before a federal court in Michigan. Now, one of them, Kamati, who is on a H-1B visa, lives in Kentucky, was released on a bond of $10,000 on Monday. The 7 others consented to their continued detention before a judge in the Eastern District of Michigan, where they were pronounced along with Karnati days after their arrest. Now, they were arrested last Monday from Detroit, from Florida and Virginia in a nationwide immigration and customs enforcement operation. The agency also detained some 130 students, some of which, in fact, 129 of them are Indians. All arrested students currently in detention face deportation. Meanwhile, John W. Bruster, the attorney for Karunati, accused the federal government of entrapping people by carrying out such a sting operation. Sports news now. Two back-to-back series wins in Australia and New Zealand has grabbed India the second spot in the ICC One-Day International Rankings. India accumulated 122 points on the back of series wins over Australia and New Zealand and are now placed second behind England with 126 points in the latest ICC rankings, while New Zealand slipped behind South Africa to be placed at the fourth spot after losing the series against India 1-4. And in the batsman list, Indian skipper Virat Kohli continues to dominate the top spot, while MS Dhoni also moved up after showcasing a strong performance against Australia last month. Dhoni moved up 3 places to seal the 17th spot. And in the bowlers list, leg spinner Yuzvendra Chahal moved up 1 place to the 5th spot, and also fast bowler Bhuvneshwar Kumar jumped up 6 places to get the 17th position. And finally, good news for the viewers of Rajya Sabha television. RSTV has crossed the 2 million mark in the terms of YouTube subscribers to become the 6th fastest growing channel. RSTV acquired over 1 million YouTube subscribers in less than last 8 months to surpass other private and public broadcasters. RSTV had a subscriber base of just over 400,000 subscribers, but since 10th of August 2017, an addition 1.5 million subscribers joined the RSTV family, marking an increase of 470% during the last 1.5 years. The rapid expansion in the viewership of RSTV is attributed to the editorial autonomy, selection and diversification of content, making it unique from others. And on that, a happy note, time to wrap up this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.